Hello, everybody. BTRGT with BTRGamingYT. We'll get back into some more of NBA 2K23. We'll get back into the Jordan challenge. This is Kobe versus.
Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever. Just watching him play, he had tenacity, he had focus, he had drive, he had vision, and Kobe emulated his game after Mike. He did everything Mike did, walk like him, talk like him. He did everything. He loved Mike. So, the ability to go against him that day, just him versus Mike, he lived for stuff like that. So I remember that game. He wasn't calling no plays, and every time Mike scored, he knew he had to score. Whatever Mike was doing, he had to do it or outdo him. That's what you do when you go up against a great player, aka your idol. You gotta let them know that you're coming to take their spot.
Try to come take that spot.
NBA superstars are judged by their championships. In 1991, Michael Jordan and the Bulls secured their first, knocking off Magic Johnson and the Lakers. To some, a passing of the torch from one great dynasty to another. But now, a new challenge emerges from Los Angeles. A young Lakers team who tonight will lean on their high-flying youngster, Kobe Bryant.
Kobe was great. He really was.
Late afternoon in a brisk 41 degrees amidst the iconic Chicago skyline as we get
Not a Kobe Bryant person, but
set for NBA basketball. Good evening, everyone. Tonight we expect to pack house for this matchup between the Los Angeles Lakers and the hometown Chicago Bulls. With Mike Fratello, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Mike, this could potentially be a preview of the NBA Finals.
Kevin, coming off two straight titles, the Bulls have to be considered the favorites in the East. They've weathered injuries, most notably the absence of Scottie Pippen, but make no mistake, they'll be ready come playoff time.
They got a good challenge tonight.
what I gotta do?
And Clark
Just wins, score 36 points.
looking at the Lakers, talent inside and out with Shaquille O'Neal, who's not going to play tonight, all-star Eddie Jones, and the terrific rising star Kobe Bryant. Clark, how do they stack up in the loaded Western Conference?
Kevin, I think they stack up quite well, but I also think that Utah would be hurt from. They'd like another shot at the Bulls in the finals, but look at this Lakers team. They are young, up and coming, and I think they've got a chance, a nucleus of players where they've got a chance to be good for a very long time.
Now taking a look at the starting lineups for the Lakers. They'll have Nick.
What's wrong with my God? What's wrong with him?
Van Exel and Eddie Jones at the two guard spots. Rick Fox and Robert Horry at the forwards. Eldon Campbell is manning the middle once again, filling in for the injured Shaquille O'Neal. And for the defending champion Chicago Bulls, Ron Harper is in at the one and Michael Jordan joining him in the backcourt. Tony Kukoc at the small forward, the rebounding machine Dennis Rodman at power forward. Luke Longley is back in the starting lineup after missing Monday's game with a sprained ankle.
And both of these teams missing star players with injury. For the Bulls, Scottie Pippen recovering from foot surgery. And for the Lakers, Shaquille O'Neal is out until Christmas with an abdominal strain.
Well, two star-studded teams. Promises to be a compelling game. And no one more compelling than our David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, guys. The main storyline in this one is the matchup between Michael Jordan and the 19-year-old heir apparent, Kobe Bryant. In talking to Michael before the game, he said Bryant is a star of the future and compared this matchup to when he was growing into a star and went up against the likes of Dr. J. Guys?
Wow, this is so fascinating. David, thank you. Mike, that's some high praise from the greatest player of all time.
Yeah, he can see that Bryant is going to be special. The physical tools are there. He's got the work ethic. The young man just needs some time to develop.
And now he's going to play. Bryant is going to play the guy he idolized in Michael Jordan. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Here's Bryant. Pass to Van Exel. Pass to Fox. Here's Campbell. And it's Bryant in the corner. 4 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. A three-pointer is right on target.
Jordan has led the league in scoring 9 times, and it may be 10 times after this season. It's a tall order for anybody to guard him, especially a 19-year-old.
These Lakers currently boast the top offense in the NBA, scoring 107 points per game, which is 5 points ahead of number 2 ranked Houston Rockets.
Oh, you know, teams struggle defending their up-tempo brand of basketball. They like to get out in the open floor, and they love to jack up a bunch of threes. Plus, they've got a lot of guys that are bucket getters.
And here is Van Exel, following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Harper with the steal. Outside, Jordan. Another 3 for Chicago.
Jordan has looked very sharp here early on, and that's not a good sign for the Lakers.
Well, Mike, it'll be interesting to see if this veteran Chicago Bulls team can slow down that Laker up-tempo offense.
What we have is a clash of different styles here. The number 1 scoring offense of the Lakers versus the stout defense of the Bulls.
Great matchup. Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Caffey, he's checked in for Rodman. Burrell comes in for Kukoc, and it's Brown in for Harper. The Lakers also making some changes. Blunt, he's checked in for Fox, and Derek Fisher is subbed in for Van Exel. Now here's Kobe. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 4 on the shot clock. They need this. Los Angeles with another miss. Chicago leading by 20. Going up against Idol Clark on a big stage should be quite the test for this young Kobe Bryant.
There is no denying that is true, but what I like is the fact that this young man has the confidence to handle that pressure in big stage. But I think it's important that he try to idle himself down a little bit and not get too caught up in the individual matchup with MJ.
Yeah, that's good advice.
You know, he's done it 9 times throughout his career already, and Michael Jordan about to do it again, averaging 26 points a game, which leads the NBA.
What's remarkable is 26 points is actually a low average for Jordan. He's put up nearly 32 points per game through his first 12 seasons.
My goodness, that dude is good. He's letting it fly from downtown, and you can see the confidence is obvious when he shoots the 3-ball, and that's part of what makes him such an outstanding shooter.
Yeah, no question. And I don't understand why the defense hasn't adjusted and tried to chase him off the line.
Another 3 for Chicago.
Well, they had a plan coming into this one, and they have executed on it perfectly.
Yeah, getting out ahead early on by stifling the competition on both ends of the floor.
Fisher, the pass to Ori. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Michael Jordan getting it done for the Chicago Bulls. And his big game. Welcome back to Chicago, where we've got the Los Angeles Lakers taking on the hometown Chicago Bulls. And we're ready to start the second quarter.
Well, about a week ago, in the same game that he dislocated his finger, Michael Jordan passed Moses Malone on the all-time scoring list, moving into 3rd place. And now only trails Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
So for the Lakers right now, Ori is out there with Campbell. Then it's Jones. And there's Bryant. And it's Fisher in at the point. And here's Jordan outside. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
They've gotten out to a big lead because of superior play on both ends.
No better way to do it. It's much easier to win games when you own both sides of the floor.
Harper against Fisher. At the elbow, Jones. And that one's drained from the low block. And talking about Jordan, Clarkie passed Malone on the scoring list while playing in 461 fewer games. That's amazing to me.
It really is, Kevin. And at his current scoring rate, how about this? MJ could pass Wilt if he plays just one more season, but there's no guarantee that he will play another year.
Like you said it, the Bulls defense has been dialed in to start this game.
Yeah, they've come out with great energy on that end, and it made things tough for the Lakers offense.
Fisher against Harper. Fisher, the pass to Campbell. It's tipped, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Lakers making a change here. Van Exel's checked in. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Fires the three, and the Bulls another three.
Hey, it's as plain as pound cake. Keep it simple. They want to see how big this league can get.
No such thing as running up the score at this level.
Now, here's Van Exel. No points in the game yet for him. At the elbow, Jones. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good for 2. Jones has got his second bucket of the night.
Kobe Bryant is currently the top scoring reserve in the NBA. At just 19 years old, this young man is averaging 17 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, and almost 2 steals. That is stuffing the stat sheet and playing just 26 minutes per game.
And here is Bryant, following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Bryant against Jordan. Tipped away. Now here's Kobe from deep. Campbell kicks to Kobe.
Should have had that rebound, but I put my guy in the wrong position.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And it's Jones, that time on the assist by Van Exel. Jones has got 6. And Kobe Bryant, he's given the Lakers, Mike, starter-level production in limited minutes.
It's been so valuable to have that scoring punch off the bench. Right now, Kobe has to be the leading candidate for 6th man of the year.
I think he's going to win it.
Such a gifted offensive player. He can hurt you in a variety of ways. He's a headache for opposing defenses.
Harper against Van Exel. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls.
After finishing last season as the league's highest scoring team, the Bulls' offense has struggled to start the year, averaging just 92 points per game, which is the 5th lowest in the NBA.
Michael Jordan, as you can see, Coach Fratello putting on a show for the home crowd, just scoring at will.
Well, with Kobe Bryant in town and all the hype around him, Michael had plenty of motivation coming into this game. And you could see it with how assertive he's been on offense.
Sure can. Clock is at 3.
Okay, string the ball.
From deep. And the Bulls, another 3.
He's hitting everything from deep, just flat out torching this defense.
Van Exel against Harper. Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. Michael has now set a single-game scoring record here at the United Center, surpassing his previous record of 53 points. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Kobe dishes to Jones.
So the question is, will NBA 2K
and 3 from
dedicate
Jordan
2K24
gets the three-pointer to fall. Jordan's got 58.
A true combo guard. Harper provides defense and scoring. And he can pass, too. He does it all.
Campbell is screen on Jordan. And here's Bryant for 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Chicago, holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. A terrific view of wintertime in Chicago as we welcome you back to the United Center, getting ready for the start of our second half. Welcome back, everyone. We've got a fun matchup between the Chicago Bulls and the visiting Los Angeles Lakers.
We can get this game over with since I'm whooping your ass.
While Shaq's been out, Eddie Jones has been the Lakers' leading scorer, and he was named the NBA Player of the Month in November, with averages of just over 21 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 2.4 steals per game.
Kukoc is out there with Dennis Rodman, and it's Michael Jordan, then it's Longman, and it's Harper in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And it makes sense why they keep running the offense through him, proving how efficient he is.
And with Jones, Clarkie's coming off a 32-point performance last night in the Twin Cities against Minnesota.
Kevin, no denying he's been great offensively, but you also can't overlook his impact on defense. I mean, he's been one of the league's premier wing defenders this season.
And we know Player of the Month, as we just talked about.
Yep.
The Bulls are doing a great job, Mike, of keeping the Lakers out of transition, which they love, and limiting those easy scoring opportunities.
Yeah, they've controlled the pace of this game, Kev, and have prevented the Lakers from playing their preferred style of offense.
They've done a great job. Now to David Aldridge with a story on how the Lakers have been weathering the storm in Shaq's absence. David.
Thank you, Kevin. The Lakers are still without Shaquille O'Neal, who's played in just 8 games due to an abdominal strain. But the Lakers have still been successful. They've gone 11-5 in games without him this season. And they also lead the league in points per game, field goal percentage, and point differential. With a healthy Diesel, this team will be a title contender, guys.
Yeah, Shaq's health, thank you, D.A., could be so much a part of what they've got ahead of them. The Lakers, Clark certainly have had a lot of guys step up.
You're exactly right, even without Shaq.
Yeah.
They have 5 players that score in double figures. They're spreading the wealth, sharing the ball. Everybody's stepping up and contributing and playing a really cohesive, effective brand of basketball.
They are indeed, you're right.
Well, filling in for Shaq is not an easy task, but Eldon Campbell is doing an excellent job. In the last 13 games without O'Neal, he's averaging 18.7 rebounds and 2 blocks.
And here we go, Jordan going to the hoop. This has been one of the greatest individual scoring performances we have ever seen. And it's a new career high for Michael Jordan. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Harper against Van Exel. Harper with the steal. And here we go, fast break, Jordan's got it. Another 3 for Chicago.
The number of the second half, 3. They are drilling shots.
And that starts with ball movement, putting your shooters in good positions.
And talking about Campbell Clark, he's actually the oldest and longest tenured Laker on their roster.
Yeah, back in the 1990 draft, Campbell was selected 27, just 2 spots ahead of Tony Kukoc. And as a rookie, he was a member of that Lakers team that fell to Jordan and the Bulls in the finals, as the Bulls captured their first of 5 titles.
And here is Van Exel, following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Harper with the steal.
Dennis Rodman's domination on the glass, unprecedented. He's a glass eater like no other. Led the league in rebounding for 6 straight seasons and could make it a 7th this year. No other player has done it more than 5 times.
Dennis Rodman's the greatest rebounder of all time.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now.
Or is it so? Or no, it's Will Chamberlain, right?
Outside, Jones.
Is averaging like 50 rebounds a game.
Back to Van Exel, down to 5 on the shot clock. So halt the run, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Wennington, he's checked in for Longman. Caffey comes in for Dennis Rodman. Burrell, he's checked in for Tony Kukoc. And it's Brown in for Harper. The Lakers also changing it up. Blunt, he's checked in for Campbell. Kobe comes in for Jones. And Fisher subbed in for Van Exel. Hey, Mike, when you look at Rodman, he's averaging 14 rebounds a game this season. It's unbelievable.
Look, Kev, even though he's leading the league, 14 rebounds is less than he's used to having. In his previous 6 seasons, Rodman averaged an incredible 17 rebounds per game.
These numbers are hard to believe, aren't they?
I think sometimes they shoot and miss on purpose just so he can get another rebound.
That's a very good point. Coach, a tough stretch for this offense.
I'd say they need to get back to what they do best. Right now, that's a question mark.
A big question mark. It's stolen by Brown, and it's Jordan with the jam.
The quick hands of Brown, his teammates appreciate when he comes away with steals.